Ladies and gentlemen, Twigger, your host for this high ELO commentary. This time I'm going to be focusing on MRN's Echo. I'm just pumping these high ELO commentaries out for you guys because I know how much you want to see them, and I happened to get into this game 2 minutes and 18 seconds in. I think it was about actually 2 minutes in. So I'm going to be able to see the first blood for you guys. We're going to be able to commentate on that. Nothing has happened this game. We think I just missed a few CS, no big issues whatsoever, but everybody just setting up in their lane. So we're actually going to be able to see what is going to happen in this game. So very, very excited to get the entire thing. As I said before, focusing on Echo from Team MRN. MRN is a team that's currently playing in the League Champions Series for Season 3. Very, very good team. Showed a lot of power in a lot of things like the Super Week and in this LCS tournament that's going on. I'm very excited to see how Echo plays just in the solo queue, because with his team, the team coordination is incredible. And for something like a teleport Rise that he's playing right now, I always find that you really do need that team coordination to run things like that. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can kind of do the same plays that he would normally make with a solo queue team. So, gonna be interesting, and looks like we got a little bit of aggression going down. The exhaust going onto the Twitch in this bottom lane. The hook actually missing from Thresh, but oh geez, there's the flash coming out from Lulu and the thrash coming out from Caitlyn. Huge damage from Twitch's expunge though, and it looks like this is gonna be a double kill down for that bottom lane. So cannot complain with how that turned out for the red team, and it looks like Nunu's taking a lot of damage up here. It's actually a top lane Nunu flash coming out from the Kazakhs. Just take him out, secure that kill. But very interesting to actually finally see a top lane Nunu. I know that Soaz on Team Fnatic was kind of talking about him playing that and possibly using it in ranked games. But I've never actually really... Well, I've seen it a couple times in sort of just for fun games, but I don't think I've ever actually seen it in kind of a high ELO ranked game. So going to be interesting to see D-Mace play this Nunu in the top lane, but giving Kazakhs an early kill, not really the way you wanted to start that one off. Kazakhs is very, very good with kills and snowballs very, very well, as Alex Ish has taught us. Very, very scary champion, and you do not want him to get fed. So Nunu's going to have a little bit of an uphill battle going on here. Kazakhs going back now, going to use that little bit of money that he has. Going to buy that Tear of the Goddess very, very early. Wants to fill that one up and turn that into that Mana Mune. And then whatever it happens to turn into when he fills that thing up, I know the Seraph's Embrace, but I do not know. Mana Mune, I don't know. Mana does a lot of damage because of how much mana you now have. Something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. But looking at the teams, Rise against Orianna. I like Rise against Orianna, but Orianna has such a dramatically better wave clearing. Well, better wave clearing kit. Her spells clear waves much, much better than Rise does. So I am going to be expecting to see Orianna be pushing Rise's turret as much as she can, not really allowing Echo to have a very easy time keeping his turret alive. But as we can see with that Nunu, that Consume is actually healing a lot. And Kazakh's taking a little bit of extra damage just from those snowballs. So maybe Nunu's not completely out of this after all. Another Thresh hook missing, which is kind of unfortunate. You really got to land those things. Echo taking quite a bit of damage from this Orianna. The Ignite is now down. The flash from the Orianna comes out. The Ignite is still ticking, and that's actually going to be enough to pick up Echo. So, boy, that was not the greatest. He's taking a couple kind of, I don't want to say like obvious hits, but taking a couple I find unnecessary hits, kind of walking up and just trying to get that Q off, but just getting kind of knocked around by this Orianna right now. Rise did go back and pick up that Tear of the Goddess, so he is going to have a lot more mana, and he does want to build that up so he can build into the Seraph's Embrace. I did know that one. Look at me go. So that's definitely what he's going for. Orianna actually getting a Doran's Ring, and she's going back now, probably going to use that kill goal to try to pick herself up something, so don't actually know what she's going to be picking up. And it looks like Kazakhs is being bullied a little bit here. See, look at that heal from that Consume. That tower shot did actually kind of take down that heal quite a bit, but a lot of damage going down onto that Kazakhs. I really wish I was watching that one. Thank you, Directed Cam, for showing me what I wanted to see. But Kazakhs looks like he's actually going B now. So actually, even with that early first kill, Nunu's actually bullying him around a little bit. The amount of sustain that Nunu has with that Consume. Going to get knocked into Kazakhs here, doing as much damage as he can to the Kazakhs, but is not going to be enough to take him out. The minions are not enough. And now we have a fight down in the bottom lane. The exhaust onto that Twitch. But once again, we have Echo actually teleporting in here. They actually do manage to take down that Twitch, but it looks like they're probably going to get a kill here. And Echo is just going to take down that Lulu. So a 2-for-1 exchange. Can't really complain with that one. Rise picking up a kill for himself. He did really need that after that kill that he gave to Orianna. don't want to be going back into your mid lane without that kind of an advantage. So bottom lane is going to lose a big CS wave, it looks like, with that minion wave going into that turret. Not going to be good for them. Going to miss quite a bit of farm and quite a bit of experience. But as we can see, 37 CS on that Caitlyn to the 26 of Twitch. So the 2-1-2 for Twitch is definitely helping him out a lot. But the ultimate actually coming down for Orianna. She does not have her Ignite up, so getting really, really ballsy onto this Nocturne. And here comes Hecarim, actually, and Hecarim's just going to jump in on here. The red buff is going to be enough to take out Nocturne. So right underneath his own turret. Man, I can't believe he was going to go back into the jungle with literally like 2 shots left after something like that. But hey, I guess Nocturne was taking something from Mundo's book and just going wherever the hell he pleased. And look at that, the Consume just come right back up to like full HP. So I think that's going to be the main thing about that Nunu. He does have the flask. He actually has yet to get an item. And he does not have an item that he's going to be building anything into yet. Trying to do as much damage onto this Lulu as he can. He did, Thresh actually brought her quite far back. But look at the damage coming down onto that Thresh. It's too bad that Caitlyn doesn't have her ultimate, because that would probably be a kill. But, oh, there's the Twitch damage, there's the Expunge, but actually not even going to get the Expunge off because he's just going to get taken down by that Caitlyn. What were you thinking, Twitch? So, it was a good amount of damage, it was a really good attempt, but you can't really take down that support if you have their ADC annihilating you. And he didn't even use his barrier, so kind of an interesting decision there. If he used his barrier, might have been able to get that Expunge off at least, maybe take a couple of hits, and at least secure him that kill, rather than just getting killed and not really getting anything out of it at all. So Caitlyn's just going to continue to expand her creep lead, 52 to 27 now, and now those kills for Twitch are pretty much negated. Not really the best position for him to be in. And Nunu is still, I'm actually pretty impressed about this Nunu. He's actually started to come ahead in CS, 42 to 39, and he's starting to just kind of bully this Kha'Zix around. He has so much sustain with that Consume, and he has so much sustain with the Flask as well for his mana. And you know what? His snowballs are hitting for a good amount, and he's just slowly but surely picking away at this Kha'Zix. The Fear Proc is going to land onto this Orianna, but Ryze is not in range for his Rune Prism. That really sucked. I wonder... So there we go. He did get his Rune Prism off, but not going to be enough damage to go through that shield of Orianna. And it looks like there's going to be another little fight here. Twitch is trying to do as much damage to Lulu as he can, but look at the damage coming down. So at least the ultimate from Thresh actually did pick up that Lulu. I can't believe how much damage that ultimate did. But they're going to try to take down this. A great grab, but the cleanse actually comes out, and he just goes balls deep in for a big miscommunication. And wow, Thresh making the plays. Thank you, Thresh. You don't need that Twitch. What's Twitch ever done for you? So that was actually just a great play. It was actually what I thought, oh my god, not going to have time to talk. Echo being taken down by Boss Cow on that Hecarim. Just a wrong place at the wrong time, Echo. But what I was just saying is, oh, and there's the ultimate from the Nunu. Gonna pop, oh my god, does a ton of damage. But Kha'Zix now popping that ultimate, and he's just gonna burst Nunu down. I don't know why Nunu really stayed for all that long. But people kind of making some interesting decisions here. Maybe I'm just not seeing something, and that's why they're staying. But I don't know. I think there have been some kind of questionable decisions at least. But that bottom lane, that Thresh just making the plays. There's a bit of a miscommunication, it looked like, where Thresh actually dove onto the Caitlyn after landing that Q, even though she cleansed, and Twitch started running around the river. He could have easily got that last shot onto Caitlyn, but chose to go down that river instead, and Thresh had to flash and get that last auto attack off. And so he's sitting at 2-0-4 right now. Twitch only got 1 assist from that, actually didn't even do anything with that Caitlyn, it seemed. So good on Thresh for getting that kill. Cannot complain. He's got that early Sightstone, so he's going to have a lot of vision for his bot lane. And Thresh is also a very, very strong champion. So you do not want him getting kills and assists. He's going to start being an issue, especially with a Kha'Zix and a Hecarim and a Caitlyn. You have a lot of attack damage coming from that team, and Thresh is all about building that armor. So with all those attack damage champions, and you have a high armor target like Thresh, he's going to be a very hard thing to deal with. And I'm surprised that he just put another ward there. He just watched his pink ward get taken out by their pink ward, and he just had to throw another one right in there. And now taking a bit of poke. Hecarim is now there, but the red team has no idea that Hecarim is there because both of their wards got taken out. But they do not have a pink ward up in that second brush, so he might be able to sneak in there. He's actually not going to be able to sneak in there because they didn't put a pink ward in there, so he can just walk in and be spotted. The ultimate being popped by the Kha'Zix, flash coming out of the Nunu. He's going to try his best to do as much damage as he can, but here comes the Orianna to shield it, and actually manages to get that kill with that dissonance after the shield. Nunu's starting to fall behind quite a bit now. It's just swinging so back and forth with that lane. He started bullying Kha'Zix, and now Kha'Zix is just really outplaying him. The amount of damage that he's popping out with those two longswords, and Nunu not really having any items until just now really hindered him in lane. But very smart idea on the red team, taking down that dragon. Knew that Orianna was top, taking down Nunu. Trade that for a dragon any day. So only about a 1.5k gold lead for that blue team. Certainly not something that is not comebackable, I guess would be the appropriate way of putting it. This is certainly not a loss for red team yet. The ultimate coming out from Thresh, trying to do some damage and slow down this Hecarim, but here's the Orianna. The ultimate from Nocturne also coming down onto this Lulu, and boy, that amount of damage onto Lulu, taking her out. Jeez, that's the ultimate coming out from Orianna onto Echo, doing a huge amount of damage, and there's the ultimate from the Hecarim as well, fearing Echo back into Orianna. And now Caitlyn's here doing a lot of damage to the Nocturne, picks him up as well. I don't think the 90 caliber net has been used yet either. There was the 90 caliber, sorry, not the 90 caliber net, the ace in the hole, but he didn't even need to use that because Orianna just picked that one up, no problems, no questions asked. And the mid turret is down for that red team. So a gold lead already really starting for this blue team. It wasn't too bad at the beginning, but now they're looking at about just under a 3k gold lead, and it's only 13 minutes into the game. Not really the position that you wanted to be in, and literally there was just that swing in the last minute. Right, I was just talking about how there was only about a 1.5k gold lead. Well, they just doubled that in a minute, just by getting some really, really good kills. Twitch is in there kind of trying to do some damage to this Orianna, but that dissonant speed and slow is just so perfect, and Twitch was also out of mana, so couldn't really do a heck of a lot there. Nunu popping that ultimate, trying to do some damage to this Kha'Zix, doing quite a bit of damage, but there's the ignite from the Kha'Zix. His jump should be just about, no, it doesn't look like that's going to be happening. Caitlyn just running away with that 90 caliber net, but Echo did teleport right behind him. Thresh going to start pulling Caitlyn away. Hopefully he's going to let Echo take that one. He does let Echo just Q that one to death. So very, very nice support there, just making sure that he didn't steal that kill, gave it to his carry. And I do want to see Echo get fed. I want to see him dominate this game. He's the one that I'm currently commentating on. His name is going to be in the title of this video, so MRN Echo start dominating like I know you can. I would not be surprised to see Kha'Zix jump in on this Nunu if he gets one more W in on him. Because you get one more little bit of harass. So he didn't manage to get that consumed. There you go. So now he's not going to jump in. Kha'Zix evolving. I think he got those blades first is what it looked like to me. Nope, he got the wings. Actually, no, he's got his level 2 evolved now. And look at that damage. Orianna coming in and shielding, but the shield actually hit before, after the death had already happened. Echo going to have to try to flash over this one, but the ultimate from Hecarim going right after him. Unbelievable amount of damage coming from this Hecarim, and he's just going to dive straight onto this, and boom, gigantic horse. Making sure that he could dive underneath that turret, and he just takes down both of them, no questions asked. 6-0-2 Hecarim. Thresh popping his ultimate to try to do as much damage as he can and slow them down and let Twitch kind of have his way with them, but Twitch is pretty far behind here. He just has a BF sword, is really a big damage item. He does have 68 CS, so he did manage to get a few at least. Caitlyn's still only sitting at 94. But Twitch really, right now, is not a huge threat. So an ultimate burn from Twitch and from Thresh, and didn't get anything out of it. But this Hecarim is just an absolute terror. And Twitch is now invisible right by this Caitlyn. He does not have his ultimate. She's probably just going to cast her 90 caliber net. He's not going to step into that trap. 90 caliber net goes out trying to run away, but a great explosion. She actually flashed away too, so wasting that flash. Barrier comes out to try to stop that W from Kha'Zix, but not going to be enough. And he's just going to jump away and head right on out of there. Hecarim now coming for this Nunu, knocks him into the turret range. Orianna trying to chase after this. Ball is going to probably grant sight of that brush. He did try to Empire them, but it was not going to be enough. And now Orianna is on a rampage as well. So Orianna sitting at 404. Oh my god. Kha'Zix sitting at 502. Hecarim sitting at 603. Orianna sitting at 404. This is a terrifying team right now. The bottom lane has not actually done great, all things considered. 2-5-3 and 0-4-5. Really, the only deaths coming from that bot lane. But every other lane is just doing so much better than their counterpart. Like Nunu sitting at 0-6-0 with 75 CS. He was starting to bully Kha'Zix around a little bit, but the appropriate response was getting those ganks up there, making sure Orianna could help that Kha'Zix, getting a couple ganks from that Hecarim, and now look at where they are. 5 kills, 6 kills, 4 kills, and 0 deaths. They're doing great. And now they've taken down another turret. So in just a few minutes, it was about 13 minutes when I started saying that there was a 3k gold lead. Well, now we're looking at it, and now we have a 7k gold lead. So just an unreal amount has happened in favor of this blue team in the past just, 4 minutes. And it looks like Twitch is just being completely dived on. Hecarim is just going straight under this turret. He does not give a crap. Gets that wild growth from the Lulu. And he's just going to tank up this turret with no problems at all. Thresh is now the target. Ace in the hole is going to pick that one up. And now they're just going to take down this turret. So this has just been pure domination from this blue team. After just getting a couple early kills, the red team just has not had a response to this. They just continue to increase their gold lead and really putting on constant aggression. Hecarim is currently an absolutely incredible jungler. I think he should probably be nerfed a little bit, but since he hasn't been nerfed yet, he's doing so much damage. He's so tanky, and his ganks are incredible. Doesn't really matter if you ward in your regular spots, because he moves so quickly that when you see him, you can't react fast enough. So you have to start putting your wards even further down, which sometimes can prevent you from seeing something like somebody coming around your own tri-brush in that top lane if you put it down too far. So one of those things that Hecarim is just so good with that ghost, and with his speed increase and that knockback. If you don't have some really good escape abilities on your team, you're going to die to that. And the thing is, you're playing with somebody like, oh, and there goes Twitch again. No, he's actually going to survive. So just looking at the team, when you have somebody like a Nunu, a Ryze, and a Twitch, and a Thresh, and a Nocturne even, you don't really have a lot of escapes. So they are falling victim to that very good team comp of engagement. And there you go, godlike brain dead on Kha'Zix, taking down that Nunu once again. 0-7-0 for that Nunu. Did manage to pull out that flash from the Orianna. They're going to try to do as much damage as they can to this Lulu. I don't know if her ultimate is up. It is up, actually. But Orianna from above is actually going to try to take them down. But she doesn't even actually... Oh, no, her ultimate wasn't up. I thought I saw it up, but I think it was darker, so maybe it wasn't up. But she almost had enough. And Orianna actually doing quite a bit of damage from over the wall. Oh, there's Twitch. But Orianna is just kind of going to... Yeah. What was that? Like, Twitch just kind of sitting there taking a huge chunk of damage, and Orianna just kind of chilling there, hitting him, and then boom, blow up. So yeah, Twitch is not having the best of games right now. He's not the worst scorer on their team, but he is really not a threat. The enemy team is just so far fed that he really is not doing anything against his enemy team. Like, wow, I don't know what the response would be from the red team to try to fend this one off. About 11k in the hole right now. That advantage for the blue team is just so immense. And it looks like they are catching out this Hecarim. This could actually be a very good thing, but he did not actually get that Runic Prism off. I don't know if you can actually CC Hecarim while he's in the middle of his ultimate. I don't believe you can. I think that's exactly why that one happened there. And Nocturne, you just walked into a Caitlyn trap, bud. Come on. So the ace in the hole actually hitting that Nunu. That was actually really perfect. The oh, there you go. Actually managed to pick up that Caitlyn. So there's at least one sign of life from this red team. The ace in the hole was actually on the and looks like, oh geez, that is the surrender. So I was really hoping for a bit of a better game here, but still just showed the power of Kha'Zix in the top lane, Orianna in the mid lane, and that Hecarim in the jungle. Absolute terror. I'm sorry that didn't work out for Marn. For Marn Echo. He did not have a bad game, 4-5-1, but the enemy team just got so fed, and there was nothing you could do about that after that point. The teleports from Echo were great down in that bot lane, nearly secured a kill every time. But Nunu up in that top lane, 0-8-0 against that Kha'Zix. So it didn't really work out for them. I'm really sad to see that happen to Echo, but hey, better luck next time. Solo queue is a bitch every now and again, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that game. Bit of a raffle stomp, that 20 minutes and 21 seconds surrender, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that one, and I will see you guys in the next high ELO commentary or whatever video I happen to post up next. See you guys next time.